Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. I want to tell you today about the truth about abating IRS penalties. Why should you listen to me versus a million other people out there? Well, 500,000 people. Well, I used to work at IRS. I used to abate penalties and interest for IRS. So I am an authority on exactly what gets done, how it gets done, and by whom it gets done. Really quickly, I don't waste your time. The IRS abatement of penalties, there's no magic wand for that. Everyone thinks, well, I'm not going to pay it. I think IRS is going to abate that. Let me just do a sweep. Let me call someone to abate penalty. It does not work that way at all. It doesn't. IRS has our IRM manual. You can look at Section 5. Just go ahead and Google IRS Section 5 of the IRM. It'll tell you how IRS is supposed to work the case. If you go to my website at 777irs.com, there's a section there about abatement of penalties. So this is how this works. As an agent, I get a case in and you're asking me to abate a penalty and interest. Generally, most of the ones that are sent to me are pure garbage. They're one page, they got this, they got that. You just can't throw them in the circular 13 file. We call that quick enough. The guideline that you have to have a definitive reason, and my website has it. I pretty much copied the IRM and I stuck it on there for you, or just go find it in the IRM section. Just put Internal Revenue Manual, Google that, abatement of penalties. There's reasons. That's called reasonable cause. You must find a reasonable cause, and then you must document your case and then match the reasonable cause. So let's say you were sick and in the hospital and you couldn't file a return. Well, what is it in fact that you need? You got to show you're in the hospital, you got to show your receipts are there, and then you got to show, for instance, why you didn't file your tax return. Abatements of penalties and interest are like a little term paper. IRS has very specific regulations and guidelines they use. It's not, well, let's just throw it at them, they're going to abate that. These are full-blown cases. There's a unit that is just used to abating penalties and interest. What you have to do is you've got to find out, okay, this is the reason. You've got to document it. Your timeline's got to match that, and you've got to make sure everything else in that file that you're sending for that abatement matches what IRS is looking for. All you got to do is Google, what section do I find abatements of penalties for IRS? Now, in large cases, we work those. If you have a penalty over $100,000, we work. I don't work small cases. I can't afford to, because as a general rule, when you want to abate penalties and interest, a lot of them, they're just not going to fly, and I know it. I only work cases I know I'm going to have success. So if you want to use me, you can. It's got to be larger. But if you're not, make sure it's a little term paper with documentation and exhibits. You've got to sell your reasonable cause. And I'm going to tell you, if you had years and years of not filing, years of not compliance, you're wasting your time. IRS is never going to go ahead and get that through. You got my contact. I am the IRS Insider. Yet let my experience be your best friend. Thank you.